Okay, I'm going to do a quick review of the Kershaw E.T, or external toggle. It's a very unique knife with a few very unique features. It's one of my favorites. It's apparently quite rare. I was looking it up earlier today on eBay, like I do with most of my knives before I review them, and the cheapest I could find it was $140. My dad paid like $80 for this, new, when he got it a while ago. He's had it for probably 10 years. As always, I'll do a quick edge test before I do the rest of the video. Very quite thin for as wide as the blade is. It's also hollow ground, so it can get very sharp. Blade steel is a 13C26. It's a Sandvik. Very good steel. Now, the elephant in the room here, bring my other hand in from shot, is that opening. This is not a rip-off of the Quartermaster General Lee. This came before that, actually. The Quartermaster General Lee is also designed by G&G Hawk. I'm just going to sit that down there. The General Lee is a successor to this, if you must. It came about when Kershaw gave G&G Hawk their design back. After they finished production, they gave their design back, and they gave it to Quartermaster, and Quartermaster made a different version of this. It has the same mechanism, that same external toggle. Yep, there's G&G Hawk, designed by G&G Hawk. This is an April 06, I believe. Yep, that is an April, or is it April 09? Yep, it's an 09 actually. It's pretty late model. This is an April 09. And few features. There's a switch on the back for a very, very effective lock. You can't get this knife open with the lock. This is a carabiner. It's also, if you know how to do it, is a pretty damn good bottle opener. Pocket clip. You can also carry it with your belt loop in the carabiner, but you have to have it locked. If you don't have it locked and you put it in your pocket, you can actually wave it open, pulling it out of your pocket, which is very nice. You have to be very careful when you're using this knife, especially when you're closing it. I'll hold the blade here so I don't cut myself, because if you're doing it too fast and your finger's in the way, it's going to cut you. And I actually have on my finger, bumping the tripod there, on my finger a couple of cuts from this. This one was from cleaning it. The only way to take this knife apart is just to take the pivot out and leave the other bolts connected. You don't want to mess with these because they're nylock. They're nylon thread bolts, actually, so they only come off once, and then you have to get new ones. It's very, for being thin and as weirdly shaped it's pretty comfortable. Dimensions. The blade is 3 1/4 inches, cutting edge to tip. Close length is 4.75, so the handle's 4.75 inches. The open length, or overall, is 8 inches, so it's a pretty big knife. Size comparison, this is a Schrade old-timer, kind of like a Buck 110. It's a 60T, I can't remember the model name. I think it's like a Grizzly Creek or something. This is a pretty big knife. There's that, compared to it. I know the angle is weird. Here's everybody knows this knife, Kershaw E.T. And then I have a couple more. This is a Boker, kind of traditional. Pretty. This is not a small knife, but it's not big either. It's, again, insanely sharp. Close up on that. Polish on the bevel. Bump the tripod again. Very comfortable handle, actually. The only problem I have with this, other than you have to be very careful when you're using it because it will cut the hell out of your finger, is I don't know if you can see it down there. Flashlight. I don't know if you can see it, but in there's that coil spring right there. If you drop this knife, blade first, the blade is going to hit that spring and it's going to chip it. have to be very careful not to drop this knife, especially because it's older. That's pretty much it. I love this knife. It's gorgeous. It's functional. It's not too bulky. It's big, but it's not uncomfortably large. Excuse me. It's also not very heavy. Weight-wise, it's 3.8 ounces. It's similar weight, slightly heavier than the... It's actually lighter than the Fulcrum 2, which is this guy right here. That's because the handles on this are aluminum. All aluminum handles. Yeah. So there's that. It's a very good fidget knife as well. It's very similar to Fulcrum 2. Look on my video for this one, and I'll also tell you about sharpening. I did the same to this as I did to this and this and this. You want a video on this, let me know in the comments. I'll try to carry it for a while and then give you a video on it. And that's all I got. Bye.